President Benigno Simeon Cojuangco Aquino III, 2010 to 2016. Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program Extension with Reforms, or CARPER, is a mandatory law that extends again the deadline of distributing agricultural lands of farmers for 5 years. It also amends other provisions stated in CARP. The main points of the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program is sought to redistribute land not only to farmers and farm workers but also to landless poor. Guided by the principle of social justice, it recognized the right of landowners to just compensation and provided a retention limit of 5 hectares.
Aquino, together with the farmer, Catholic bishops, and other land reform advocates, developed a plan of action for the implementation of Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, Extension with Reforms, or CARPER. The Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, more commonly known as CARP, is an agrarian reform law of the Philippines whose legal basis is the Republic Act No. 6657, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law, or CARL. It is the redistribution of the private public agricultural lands to help the beneficiaries survive as small independent farmers, regardless of the tenural arrangement. Its goal are to provide landowners equality in the terms of income and opportunities, empower other owner beneficiaries to have equitable land ownership, enhance agricultural production and productivity, provide employment to more agricultural workers, and put end to conflicts regarding the land ownership.
During last year's meeting with the farmers, church officials, and other stakeholders, President Aquino approved the setting up of a multi-stakeholders mechanism to complete the objectives of the CARPER before it expires in 2014. The multi-stakeholders mechanism that is composed of representatives from the Department of Agrarian Reform, or DAR, and other CARP implementing agencies of the government, the church, non-government organizations, people's organizations, and other farmers groups and federations monitor the implementation of the CARP. The main purpose of CARP is to provide landowners equality in terms of income and opportunities, empower landowner beneficiaries to have equitable land ownership, enhance agricultural production and productivity, provide employment to more agricultural workers, and put an end to conflicts regarding land ownership.
These are especially focusing on coverage and distribution of agricultural lands, movement and performance of Department of Agrarian Reform personnel, delivery of support service to the beneficiaries, and budget allocation and utilization.
President Benigno Simeon Cojuangco Aquino III. His presidency started 2010 and ended 2016. The main reform that he established is CARPER. It means that it is the continuation of the CARP because the CARP established by Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, but it has an expiration date in 2009. So Aquino continued this reform, but he adds something which is turned into CARPER extension to reform. But it also amends other provisions started in CARP. So together with the farmers and all the bishops and other land reforms, advocate develop a plan of action for the implementation of the comprehensive or the CARPER. So he continued the CARP reform because of her mother also, Who is Corazon Aquino? Because it's reformed by Corazon Aquino. President Aquino advocate a plan which is the carpier. The problem on this that later on na hindi pinamahagi yung lupa, kundi yung shares lang ng corporation under yung Hacienda Luisita. And yung pinamahagi niya, share stock yung binigay niya, hindi mismo yung lupa, and dito yung iba lupa yung gusto nila makuha. So, Aquino established the multi-stakeholder. He monitored the carpier through the DAR, or Department of Agrarian Reform. The CARP Agency, church official, farmers, and federation to monitor the implementation of the CARP, especially focusing on coverage and distribution of agricultural lands, movement and performance of Department of Agrarian Reform personnel. He monitored also the personnel, delivery of support service to the beneficiaries, and budget allocation and utilization. He also monitored he must monitor the allocation budget if the budget or the money managed properly.